We are extraterrestrial. We are KNR.
Perfect day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kings and queens, makhosi namakhosi, and welcome to your greatest young show on land. My name is still Baby Sihu, and this is Young Purpose on Keith Ngesi Radio with myself, Baby Sihu. And like I said, Keith Ngesi Radio is not your average radio station. This is radio beyond frequency, but most importantly, we are radio according to you, broadcasting live from Vincent, East London, but we're not limited by the confinements of East London, nor of Eastern Cape, nor of South Africa. We are international. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by simply going to knrapp.co.za. I repeat, that is knrapp.co.za, or download our app on Google Play Store. It is the Keith Ngesi Radio app. I always say it's much more convenient to listen on the app because it gets to tell you about ourselves beyond just the face that you see and what we do and all that we are as creatives. You can also follow us on our YouTube channel. It is Keith Ngesi Radio. Make sure to subscribe because we are YouTubers now. Subscribe, share, like, comment, do the whole shebang, man. And follow us on Facebook. We are Keith Ngesi Radio. That's where we are live on right now on our Facebook page. Follow our sister pages as well. But as you can see on the screen, if you are watching on Facebook, I'm not alone. I'm not alone because the Bible says it's not good for men to be alone. Therefore, I too am not alone. I am with one of the most inspiring black men we have in the country. And I say that not because you are here, but because I really believe it. And that's why we have you on the show. Like, I remember seeing pictures of you and your work, and I was like, who is this? Okay. And I kept seeing what you do. I was like, okay, this is beautiful work. This is something different, something new, something fresh. We've seen the type of work that you do, but not the way you do it. We haven't seen it how you do it, and that's what I like about you. It's so fresh and authentic and different. But I'll give you a chance to introduce yourself, because here on Young Purpose, I believe that you know your story better than I do. So mna ndizathi xa ndikintroduce ndithethe kakhulu uthi wena awuthini ngokulo mntana kutheni ethetha kakhulu, uyabo, kanti uzofuna uba humble apha ne, or ndizawuthetha kancinci uthi jina undazi uba ndinguba kutheni uthetha kancinci, xa uthetha nam thetha kahle, uyabo, ufune ndimenshine zonke i-accolades, mhlawumbi kwa-grade 1 wawine i-certificate, ngoku ufuna ndichaze nezo zinto. So I'll give you a chance to introduce yourself real quick. Please bring the mic a bit closer so that uvakale kahle. Okay, yeah.
Is it fine?
It is fine.
Okay. My name is Ncedisa Dube. Yeah, I'm going to try to summarize. I don't want to introduce myself for an hour.
It's okay. It's okay. If you feel like that best tells your story, then
Yeah. I was actually born in Gqeberha or Port Elizabeth. In the yes.
Abagdala bazotsho.
Yeah, in the location called FA Plus. Yeah, in the 1980s, it's quite a long time ago. And Ankulelanga I didn't grow up in PE. There were some incidents that happened. I think I will tell you I had an accident, a car accident, and my parents decided to take us, me and my brothers, to grow up in the homeland, which is Siskai. So where my father and my parents are from. Yeah, basically originally, or where I belong is Pedi, because that's where I grew up. I studied there, primary school, high school, and then I went back to PE. I studied business management there. Yeah, I studied business management, and fortunately, there was a subject called entrepreneurship, yeah, which was new to me. It was quite interesting because I never heard about it, about entrepreneurship. So I studied entrepreneurship, and from there, I ended up working in one of the corporate companies in PE. But I was more in the accounting side.
Accounting, smart. Okay. Once
at the
people talk
time.
about accounting, money.
Yeah, I was doing payable, accounts payable. And what I actually realized is that I don't really enjoy. Because sometimes you go to school, you don't know what you're going to study. And you realize when you start working, that is not what I actually wanted to do. Because I didn't want to specialize early in my life of doing accounting. I wanted to do so many things in business. Yeah, to fast forward, how NG came about, I was busy developing myself. I believe in the development of, you need to
Self-development.
Yeah. So I've been developing myself. So I know that if you develop yourself, the growth will happen automatically. It might not happen at the time that you want it. Yeah, so...
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
The growth will happen automatically, but it may not happen at the time that you want it to happen.
Exactly.
But it doesn't mean that it won't happen.
It doesn't mean
I like
that,
that. I like that.
It won't happen. So I decided to focus on studies. You know, I did post-grad, I did masters. And they say once you complete your masters, your MBA, you mustn't allow yourself more than 24 months without utilizing it. So I think that's where the business came about, because there you study a lot of case studies about companies like in US, China, corporate businesses in South Africa, companies like Woolworth, Nike, and so on, SAA. So now what happens is that throughout that knowledge, I wanted to start something for myself. And fortunately for me, the Kulela family, business. I didn't know that we were a family of business because...
At the time, you thought
because I think
survive.
Yes, we were surviving. My mother was selling... he was sewing a Tungama Jaman and also selling, have a small spaza shop and also a thing sinyame haku, karapi haku singabantwana and all of that. I didn't know that it's business at the time, but I realized now that it is something that I need to follow because my mother was or my mother spiritually wanted, or my family wanted me to not to allow the legacy of fashion to die. Yeah, so that's how this
shoe business
started. And remember, I didn't want to start any shoe. I wanted to start with high quality, and I also wanted to target premium,
luxurious.
Yes. So hence you will hear people are saying, some of the people say, but that tells me something. Once utis ituru, it means
I'm not you're not my target yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah.
Like that.
I don't want to talk. There's a lot
to tell
about myself.
I'm like, I need to pick your brain a bit because like I said, this is a youth show and it's Africa Month, so we are celebrating black power, black excellence, and black people who are daring to do the things that our ancestors thought were impossible to do. So we're celebrating that. We're like, our ancestors could not own shoe businesses at the time. They worked in factories, making these shoes, but they couldn't own them as their own. But today we are the generation that will own the shoes. So we are celebrating that, and we are, teaching young people from you. You're here to just teach young people what it is to work hard. What it is to start your own business, and not just start at a low level. Because abantu bazathi aqala cheap unyuke, but when uveske what I'm going to start kwa premium. Sayibona phambili ngenye into. So there's a lot to learn from you. You mentioned self-development.
Yeah.
And we're big on youth development on the show. You mentioned self-development. How did you get to the point where you figured out that I need to work on myself, that it's so important ubana usebenze kuwe? Kwenzeka ntoni? Did you just realize, you know what, I'm stuck in this corporate job, maybe I could do better, or I need to be a better person so that now I can do better things? Like, how was your mindset at the time?
Yeah, the mindset, I would say that, as I said, that I went to school, but I always wanted to do something. And I knew that for me to do something, I want to do it in a most effective way. So, so for me to do that, I need to know the pros and cons, or I need to capacitate myself. I will say, fortunately, I've been working in the industry that deals with economic development. So that knowledge, it end up sitting with me, inside.
Yeah.
Hence, I'm saying now, because that information is inside me, and I also went to school. Now it's finding a way of coming out.
Yes.
You know, it's not easy, because I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm not only focusing on one business. Yeah, I also do a job on the other side, and because of the technology, I'm able to outsource some of the work. And I know at night what is my role in my business. Yeah, hence I'm saying the most important thing for a young person to succeed is to do a self-introspection, to understand yourself.
That is so wise.
Who are you? And also you need to identify caps.
Caps, what's
caps, that? I'm saying the limitations.
Oh, okay.
Remember, as a society, we have the limitations that we say, I will never do this because I've been studying in model schools, or I'm studying in rural areas. I can't do this because I'm short. I can't do this because of. So you need to identify yours. Remember.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, from one person to another, those caps are different. You know, if you know that, you will know that you're not confident in this thing. You will work on that. And another thing that I want to mention, as much as we have caps that we have developed individually, there are caps that we are given by other people in the community.
Ooh. Caps that you are born into sometimes.
You are born into sometimes. People, they tell you because of your parents were not educated.
That you can't.
You can't. And because of your parents never started a business.
You can't start a business.
Or you are not educated. Because entrepreneurship is not about, it's not for people that are formally educated, but it's for people that wants to seek new knowledge. Yeah. So hence I'm saying for young people, the most important thing is self-knowledge.
Introspection.
And you will know exactly what kind of, you will have better principles of living. You know what kind of product you want to sell, what kind of product you will sell, and most importantly, don't get into business that you don't enjoy. Don't sell a product, Jay. You need to sell a product that
also speaks to you.
That speaks to
and
you.
Your style.
And your style.
You know, I'm out here selling premium quality products because that's who I am. You know, it's products that resonate with me. I like that.
Yeah, and Mike Pillis. Mike Pillis, when you see, when you see a client is happy with the products. Remember, we're selling shoes, ne? And the shoes that we're selling them online. And sometimes when you see a product online, And when you see it physically, when you see it live, there is always that satisfaction. Yeah, because seeing a product live and seeing it online is not actually the same thing. So it's got an element of when you see a client, it becomes so happy that it heals you inside to tell you that you are in the right business. Yeah.
No, I like that. Yeah, Jonga, you just dropped fire points right now. I'm just like, yeah. I just listened to some of the things that you said, and ndifuna like where you one. Identify your caps.
Yeah.
Caps is it as fun.
Correct.
Our limitations are not the same. For someone who comes from ikaya ebeli survive nje, trying to make it each day. Nomuntu osuka kwikhaya bekukho yonke into, limitations zabo as fun.
Yes. Yes, they're not the same. Remember, the limitations, it's a mind, it's a mental thing. That thing doesn't really exist. It needs a paradigm shift. Hence, you realize someone that comes from a poor family will do better than. It's an individual thing. But the muscle of your mind, how does it work? So hence I'm saying, for an individual to survive in these harsh realities of the world, you need to do that assessment so that if the world is shooting you down, you will be able to pick yourself up because you know that that's not what defined me. You can't be defined by a single thing. For example, now it's been a year since I'm running this business. It's not easy. It has changed.
You started around COVID.
I started exactly around COVID. And it has changed the way that I see the world. Because now I've got an opportunity to learn things practically. Even the human behavior. Because remember, a customer, before he becomes a customer, is a human. Yeah. So for you to be able to sell to that person, you need to understand what is happening, to anticipate what is happening in his mind. So you can be able to solve some of the problems that he have. Because that's what we are struggling with in Africa. I've told you in the beginning of the show that we are struggling in Africa because we don't understand our strength. We don't understand that we have numbers. If you know, numbers is the economy. If we can intentionally decide to buy from one another, what will happen?
Value chain.
What will happen? And we don't even know, but we, as Africa, we have natural endowments. For example, the products that we are using cow skin. Yeah, I remember that day I was phoned by a guy from Lusikisik. He heard me when I was taking on another radio station. He phoned me just to say, "Dibulela lendo le product yakho yenziwe ngenkomo and le nkomo ndiyolusile ngoku." Is watching after cows. He didn't know that the value of that cow is not
beyond
only
just
the meat. It's not
I
only the meat.
so
So that taken me aback to say we don't know that even the grass that you're sitting at, it can be turned into
something,
into a product. But it's a matter of knowing what is that, who's looking for that solution. For example, the medical, pharmaceutical industry, they come here, they pick medication here. They don't tell us sometimes when they come illegally. Countries, they come here, they use illegal. They know that maybe in Port Alfred there is too much aloe, or there is something that we don't know yet what it is that can be used. That can be how it can be used to make. Yes. So hence I'm saying I'm big in this thing of mental strength and paradigm shift for black people. Because, for example, for me, when I started There were people that say, how do we buy a shoe that is written your name? Basically, yeah, and it's asking, who are you? So we are used to certain brands. Hence, I'm saying it will take some time for Africans to shift mentally, so that shift help us or help the bank accounts, not necessarily of the big businesses.
For us, yeah, and our communities, and our families.
Yeah, but it's very difficult for that to happen if the mind hasn't changed into numbers. It has changed. For example, I was asked by someone, an old person, to say, you started a business, and I see you also work, you've got a 9 to 8 job. And I said, that's a mindset that we want to change. We want to change this thing of having one income stream. Yes,
cap limitation.
And we want people in other provinces, it's happening, where a person, if he's leaving this job at 6, at 7, is starting somewhere. You see? Yeah. So hence I'm saying the speed of it is happening, but not at the speed that we need. But obviously it's because of the history of the country. Yeah, because the history of the country, we all know, I won't talk about it. It will take
time.
Generations. Yeah, hopefully the younger generations that is listening today, they will take that and run with it.
That is very important. Yes, when you spoke about us working in numbers, I remember a joke that my co-host Yo Asanda likes to say. You know what? I don't know if it's a joke. It could be a fact. Could be a true thing. Uyathanda ukuthi, the thing with us black kids or like black people is that we don't support each other's businesses. We don't support each other's ideas. Whereas our white counterparts uzotubra, hey, ndizothenga apha kuwe neislangu, hayi andisithandi sisakho, but awuzomxelela esomnye omaziyo banaye wenza isihlangu hlamba ngazo sithatha, awuzomxelela uzabe sikuthule, because if ayizi kum then omnye makangayifunani.
And you know what, the reason they're not deliberate on that. It's not like they're doing it babethu na ungayazi how important it is for each other to support each other. For example, remember, for us black people, we grow up in a location where the houses are the same. The houses are the same size, 2-bedroom. There is no one who's got a car. Immediately when you try to change that status quo, people are starting to ask questions. What is this step guy doing? Why is putting an aluminium gate now? And then why is buying a car? For example. So hence I'm saying we are not used to see each other elevating. Hence I'm saying maybe it's a system that has done that, but for us as individuals, we need to change that paradigm shift to say maybe we'll end it up buying easily from each other, because at the moment if someone is buying from you uzawuthi no ndiyaqoma, you see. And sometimes I don't like that. I want you to buy because you see value in the product, in the product, because there is that element of ndiyakuncedisa nje kuba ingo. It's fine, but I'm saying it will take some time to really believe in blackness. Hence there's a leader here in the Eastern Cape. He's just born here, Ubantu. He was always big on the black consciousness, but I think we haven't really unpacked what you were trying to say, because we were talking about self-esteem, self-development, trusting of each other, and then that should go as well to commercialization of each other. Go to the doctor that is black, buy a black shoe, I use a plumber if it is. If it is not there, let's develop a system of producing them. That's the role of government. Yeah.
I like that you keep talking about blackness in Jemasvala, the African Month on the show. What does blackness mean to you? What does black power mean to you?
Black power, to me, it means that we need to understand, okay, we need to be aware of the gift that we have got from God. God didn't put us in this planet, Africa, by mistake. You see? But for us, remember this Africa has got what we call natural endowments. We've got gold. Who's selling gold? We've got diamonds. Who's selling diamonds? We've got gas. Who's selling that? We've got oil. Who's selling that? Those products, who owns them? You see. So now, blackness means to me, we need to understand. We need to take strategically the place where we belong. I'm not saying let's take the resources, because first we need to understand where we belong as individuals. Resources will come in later, but if you know you develop yourself to be able to use the land. For example, I've grown up in the rural area. During the time utamkhulu ebe lima, I know how to plow using cows. Yes, I've done all of that. But I can tell you today, that land is not being utilized by us, including myself. To me, it means that as Africans, we don't know that we can plow ikaphe chupa siyolithengisa some capacitate or use our intellect or our conscious, because we have some of us, for example, we have natural intelligence. Some needs to go to school earlier, or they need to study more in order to exploit. So what I'm saying is that what we need as African people, we need to go back to development of black people, so that the greatness of black can be realized in our lifetime.
We need to go back to our drawing board.
Correct. No.
And find our strength.
100%.
The strength that is within us, and also the strength of our numbers. Whew, that is so wise. Ooh.
And the strength of natural endowments, things that when we were placed in this, they were here already. The trees that are here, that can heal people.
Yeah.
The stones that can make diamonds. So that's what I'm saying, that for me, blackness, it should be about that.
Oh, that is so powerful. That is so powerful. And these are things that, thinking about them now and thinking about your brand and just your business and your product, just it being premium products, it so much like ties back to that. Because you think of the quality and just them, your shoes, and you're just like, okay, taking back our natural strength, intellectual strength, it's in my shoe, it's reflected there. Okay, you know what, Mandit? We put thought into this. Okay, Jonga. Natural endowments, cow skin, what's that? This is something that we use, course, and then but here's an idea. Bakhona bayas ngezobabiza, odlaga ufike bayayenza lento ezihlangu zesikolo, bayibala. But not us, with our natural endowments. I like that. That is, how important is that also? Representation, what you put out there. and the things that you choose to align with yourself, the work that you do. Because kukho laa nto abantu bathanda uyithetha, yo hayi mna andiyiyo le nto ndiyenzayo. Kubone kuthiwe ye hayi andiyiyo le nto ndiyiculayo. Ufika umntu uyacula ba, hey, get these girls, get these cars, na 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 na. You know, babe bethuka athi I'm not what I sing.
Yeah.
Kuphinde ngapha kuthiwe hayi, you are exactly what you think. You know, you are exactly what you put out there. Do you feel like it's important what you represent? Wena?
Yeah. No, I think I think for me it does. I am where I'm supposed to be there. To be. I was driving today to Paddy. I was with my sister. I was telling her that I'm free spirited. For me, I'm where I am supposed to be. I don't have money in the bank account, but I can tell you, every province has my shoe now. So my aim now is to broaden the NG brand. And you know, it's very interesting how this idea came about, because it didn't came from one source or from one thing. For example, it came from a dream. I had a dream at night. When you go to sleep at night, I had a dream about a book that I must write, a book. And I questioned that, but how do I write a book, but I don't have anything interesting at the time? And the book even had a title to say, Ncedisa, the truth and the journey of Ncedisa Dube. And I asked myself, what journey? And now I'm in the journey, and that journey is starting to
make
show
sense.
now, to make sense that. And the first product that I have is the shoe. You know the meaning of the shoe. The shoe is something that you use to go forward. It's a significance. It says something. Hence I'm saying this idea, yes, comes from me, but I can say as well, not only from me, it's something that I've been given, whether I've been given by God or combination of God and my ancestors. Hence I'm saying, if I'm carrying these shoes, for me, I'm happy. Every time I'm in the factory or I'm carrying shoes, for me, my day is made. Yes, eventually there will be money, but it's not what drives me at the moment. What drives me at the moment
It's passion.
is passion, and also to see the brand growing across not necessarily in South Africa. I mean, across the globe. It is possible. We have seen brands from here in the Eastern Cape. They are no longer Eastern Cape products. They are the products of the world. Yeah.
Global.
Globally.
We're big.
Globalization.
What do you think our generation should be learning from yours? The youth of today, what do you think that, you know, where do you think we're missing the mark, and what are some of the things that we can do to better ourselves? Because you mentioned off air that the generation is not doing that bad, but we need to do better. You know,
Correct.
you know, we're trying, but we need to do better, because trying, unfortunately, is not enough. So we need to do more. We need to do better. So when you think of the better that we need to do, you know, what do you think are some of the things that we should be focusing on? Or maybe it's things that we need to unlearn. Because sometimes it's not necessarily what you need, you know, by doing better, you need to unlearn a few things.
Correct.
So what are some of the things that you feel like we need to unlearn, and that if we would work on, then we would be able to, you know, build a solid an economy that works for us and that gives back to us, and we could be a generation that the past generations were fighting for, you know, and we could live this beautiful and sustainable and just awesome life.
Yeah, thanks. That's a very important, critical question. You know what's happening currently in South Africa? Most of the young people, once they finish school, they want to go to university. I think that needs to stop. If a young person doesn't want to go to university, at standard 8 or grade 8, he can go to a technical college. Because what we need as young people, we need more knowledge in technical skills. Because it's not going to help young people to study administration, like accounting, human resource. What administration you're going to do for? Are you going to do administration for who? You will end up doing administration for the same people that were running the economy. But if you go to school and study technical skills like Pakistan, they're doing, in China, so that you incorporate the technology that we have with the technical skill. I mean, we need boiler makers, we need fitters, we need engineers that can make, not necessarily engineers that can maintain machine sebekhona. We need engineers that can produce new machinery. So for me, what will help the youth of this generation is to invest more in knowledge, technical knowledge. And the best way to get technical knowledge is to do practical work. But what we want from these technical colleges, government to help them to have modern equipment. Because it doesn't help for you to use old equipment, but in the reality, the machine that you will be using is modern. So I'm saying we need to focus more on the technical skills. Remember, I've already spoke about self-knowledge. So what I'm saying is expanding into that. Once you know who you are, and you know that for you, you don't see yourself as a officer. Do something else. For example, now you see people that are making money is the people on the Instagram, what they call it,
content creators,
influencers, and DJs. Lately, you see Black Coffee and others. You see the economies, the sectors are changing. We thought that people will be employed in the manufacturing, but now they're changing. They're making more money in the socials.
Yeah.
So hence I'm saying we need socials to incorporate the products or kind of the technical skills that you can get from the schools, from the formal schools. But remember, you can self-educate. For example, you can go to your phone now and Google how to recycle a plastic. It will show you how, step by step, how do you do that. And any other thing, it will do that. So I'm saying we mustn't only rely on formal education. We must rely on other new sources that we have to better our knowledge. Because what is important in education is not education itself. It's the knowledge that is learned. Yeah. So, but unfortunately now, we've got a lot of young people that are studying theory to support the production. But what we need people to study to do the actual production, ideally for themselves. Yeah.
Need to know how to do these things and not just study, go to school just to be employed.
Exactly.
You know, fumane lo pension, or to say fumane lo pension, you don't enjoy it because
and
throughout the years.
Yeah, remember, if you're relying on pension, when you're at 55, you know, hey, 5 years only now. The stress levels are going up, you know. Hence, I always say, I was joking the other day with my friends, hey, in this country, what is needed is psychologist. Every house must have its own psychologist. Because something is not right into the society. Even this thing of people killing each other. And this thing...
men killing women.
Yeah, and that thing is, for me, I always say, hey, maybe we need some mental intervention here, where every house will have a psychologist. That psychologist shouldn't go there when there is a problem. It should go there even when
there's no problem.
There is no problem because, and even this thing in the society, I've noticed this trend where we celebrate each other when we're dead. We don't celebrate each other enough when we're alive. And then
no, kuthiwa ivalue yento yakho uyibona ingekho. Xabiso lento yakho uyibona linxa ingekho.
Yes, I think that mindset needs to be challenged a bit, because I see we become very united when there is a crisis, when there is a, but that crisis, you realize, it didn't start that day. It started.
It's been ongoing.
It's been ongoing.
Yeah,
because you
but
realize
there were
in
no
the case of
intervention.
TB, what is this gender violence? You have stories that no, it started 3 years ago, 5 years,
18 years.
18 years. So I'm saying somehow there must be some kind
Intervention.
of intervention,
Yes.
because if we're going to
Wait until
fight
someone
to
dies.
go to police, someone dies, and then we're fighting with the police, we're fighting with the system. It's not going to solve the problem, because the same person that have marched there is going to come back and beat his girlfriend, when he comes back. So hence I'm saying it's the psychological part of the society. I don't know what has caused that, but it seems like to be a challenge.
I want to repeat that. We need an intervention.
Yeah.
That we don't only come out and unite and march when there's crisis
Exactly.
and when there's someone dead. And then that is the only time when we come out and sing Kumbaya and we fight together. But we need to intervene every other day. When a woman is dying there, when a woman is being beaten by their partner, we intervene and not wait for them to die.
Correct. Because that thing, and it comes from this mindset thing. Even sometimes we celebrate our downfalls as the society. If someone is divorcing, I'm just making an example, or he's struggling with something, or there is a crisis, or he is indebted, he's unable to pay debts, we will laugh about that. So we're a society that enjoys the
struggles of another person.
Of the struggle, but we don't notice that. I don't think we do it
intentionally. Yeah, it's some of the things that psychological.
It's a virus that is within the society, which I think maybe churches or NGOs and other people, they should invest in that, to say.
I like that.
To say, what do we do on a daily basis to not to fight, to enlift people, to uplift people? Because sometimes people that does that, people that have low self-esteem. Self-esteem doesn't go with money. You might be a millionaire, but you have a low self-esteem. You get my point? So as I'm saying, just because a person looks good, is driving a nice car, that doesn't necessarily mean that psychologically and mentally they're okay. You see, hence I'm saying it's a struggle on its own. Yes, we fought apartheid, but I think this needs the same energy when we were fighting apartheid. This violence and this mental slavery. That's what Bob Marley is saying about. This thing of being slaves mentally, we're still locked there where we were locked most before. So our minds, I think, have not been free. I mean, in numbers. I'm not talking about few
individuals who have clocked it, yeah.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah, we're running out of time. We could talk forever. I like picking your brain, running out of time. You have a lot to share. I love that. Yeah, man, I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, oh, okay. I never thought about it that way. It makes so much sense. Why didn't I think of that? Very, very wise. I like that. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate this conversation. I wish we had started earlier than we did, because the conversation then would have been, longer than this. But where can people catch you again and reach out to you? Yeah, people can catch me in our page, NG Koniwe.
and they can catch on my personal Facebook, Ncedisa Dube Vieira Koniwe, and also on my number.
Bayavuyeka abantu kwakuthiwa personal page.
Yeah, now you can WhatsApp my personal number. You can WhatsApp.
What's your personal WhatsApp number?
078 421 8914.
078 421 8914.
Yes, I will send you the pictures. We've got our brand is growing. We've got sneakers, number of colors. We've got our leather shoe, our original shoe. By the way, we started with one shoe.
Oh, and then money ni cool. Yeah. And you're like, oh, okay, we can penetrate na lay market.
We can penetrate, and then our first order was actually 12 shoes. Yeah, but we have
first order.
Yeah, first order was 12 shoes that we started. Yeah, it's a good number. It was actually good.
Yeah,
it was.
I'm
good.
like 12 shoes. That's a lot.
Yeah, now I can safely say we're there. We're there 45, 50. We're not rushing. Remember, the product that we're selling is not gonna be moving. That we're quite comfortable. We want it to grow in a right speed. We don't want to be ahead. Yeah. We are also
speed kills.
Yeah, we are also studying the trends. We are also studying the behaviors of customers. As I've said, most of the customers are outside Eastern Cape. Yeah, PES is doing fine. Both are from there. And East London is coming. I see.
Right along.
Yeah, it's right along. And I want. Yeah, I'm happy with the way it's growing. But
good things take time.
Yeah, they take time.
Good things
we are
take time.
not on, but we just need support. Yeah, because we have not been funded by anyone. It's self-funding. We need support. If someone is sitting anywhere in US or anywhere, we need that support. We're not complaining. We're not complaining about government, about anyone, but we're not going to stop.
Thing.
Yes, we're not going to stop. Because I always say that start something that you will be able to start even if no one is supporting you. If you're going to rely on someone, government all the time, some of the things you want
accomplish,
you want at all. Yeah. So with those few words, I think, that's what NG
is all about.
Yeah,
there's so much more to you, man. There's so much more to you. I feel like you have a great story to tell, and I do believe that you're gonna be a household brand. And thank you so much for coming through. I really appreciate it. Thank you for talking to our young people. We've learned a lot. Like this is a good conversation. Like it's solid wisdom wrapped here. We are closing off Africa Month with a bang. If you are listening to this, I'm sure you're pretty much proud to be African. Shout out to you. Let me just shout out to some of the people that are here. Pindiswam, Ongoshe, Oyana, Monica Mabiza, Pure, Amanda Ziba, Pulelande, Nobunzima, 20 Patients, and all of you guys, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Like that, we are out.